Why is Spider-Man driving a monster truck?
I don't know.
Is it shooting webs or nets?
I don't know.
And what universe is any of this supposed to be happening in?
I don't know. Hello all, I'm Josh, this is Josh Build Stuff, and today we're talking about one of Spider-Man's many ridiculous vehicles. This is Spider-Man's monster truck, or I guess more like his monster van. More specifically, this is Spider-Man's monster truck vs. Mysterio. This set was just released in January 2021, contains 439 pieces, and only costs $40 here in the US. This set is ridiculous, but I mean that in the best way possible, because I actually like it a lot. Spider-Man's got a stinking monster truck here. Well, really, it's more like a monster van, if you ask my opinion. Also, Spider-Gwen's here on a skateboard. Doc Ock is here, but he doesn't get his name in the title of this set. There are also a couple of drones that look a lot like the drones from Spider-Man Homecoming, but does this LEGO set take place in that same cinematic universe? I don't actually think so, but like with a lot of LEGO Spider-Man sets, LEGO took a lot of creative liberties, and I think they get to do that because there isn't necessarily some strict timeline or set of sets that LEGO has to adhere to when it comes to Spider-Man. It's not like Star Wars or other movie franchises. They can kind of do whatever they want and have fun with it, and that's exactly what I think LEGO has done here, but we will talk a little more about all of those details after we build this set. The build for this set was quick, simple, but actually really enjoyable. I myself am a big fan of LEGO vehicle sets, and so most of the build in this set was the monster truck, monster van that we have in front of us. LEGO could have cheaped out here, but I don't think they did. They put some working suspension in this van. They even gave it a net launcher on top of it. Overall, I think it was a fun little build process, and the finished product is also really great. So let's talk about some of the details in this set. Like I said earlier, I like it. I'm a fan of this little set, but I am a little confused about some things. Starting with like the storyline that's supposed to be going on here. My assumption is that the storyline is kind of left up to the imagination of whoever's building the set, like is the case with a lot of LEGO sets. It looks like Doc Ock and Mysterio here have stolen a bunch of money, gold, and gems from some bank or something, and then they also have the help of a couple of drones, and then Spider-Man has to swoop in and stop them. But he doesn't use his webs, because everyone would expect that. No, he comes driving in on a big old monster truck, but it doesn't look like he can take care of this job all by himself, so he has to call in the help of his trusty friend Spider-Gwen, who exists in this universe, whatever universe that may be, and she comes swinging in to help. No, she also has her own mode of transportation. It is a purple skateboard. So neither of our spider friends here are web slinging in this case. They are driving or skating, but they're here to stop the bad guys who are stealing a bunch of money, as far as I can tell. Now, I sound confused and hopefully not too critical, but like I said earlier, I like that this set kind of leaves a lot up to interpretation, and I think LEGO gets to take a lot of those liberties with sets like the Spider-Man line, because in like the Star Wars line, a bunch of us Star Wars fans are like ultra nerds who are so strict, and if LEGO gets one little detail wrong or prices one set a little higher than it should be, we are all over them. But with a set like this, we can't be like, Spider-Man never had a monster truck. It's like, hey, chill out, man. The set's for kids. Let kids enjoy things. I'm not a kid, but hey, I still enjoy these things. Talking about this monster truck here, like I said earlier, I actually like that LEGO didn't like phone it in here and give us a cheap little generic looking truck. Again, I'm calling it a truck because that's what the title of the set calls it. It's more like a monster van if we're being completely honest, but in the back of said van is a net launcher, which again confuses me a little bit because it kind of seems like on a Spider-Man Spider-Van, Spider-Man would install like a web shooter on top of it. But no, the description of this LEGO set says that it is a net launcher and it works decently well. I can say firsthand that a kid or a 3-year-old would enjoy shooting the net at the bad guys, but does get a little frustrated that it's hard to actually catch the bad guys because it is just a little net. But if you say, oh, it's a spider web, and you just kind of drape it over the bad guys, that usually satisfies the kids well enough. The other cool thing about this van is that it has some working suspension, and that's where I say that LEGO didn't phone it in, because they could have given us just like a generic flat LEGO vehicle base, but instead they actually took the time to build in a little bit of suspension here, which is a lot of fun, and kids would enjoy that, and so would I. They also call this a monster truck, and I would be reticent to agree with them if I had not just built a couple of official LEGO Monster Jam monster trucks. And if you look, these Monster Jam trucks use the exact same tires as this new Spider-Man monster truck, so I can attribute that these are indeed monster truck tires, and so in that sense, this is a respectable, legitimate monster truck van. But besides our titular character, the monster truck here, this set really becomes about the accessories, and those accessories in this case are mainly other minifigures, as well as a couple of little drones. We get Mysterio, whose name comes on the title of the box, and in my opinion, this is like a wicked cool looking character. I think we've gotten some elements of this Mysterio figure in the past, but we do get two new things with this figure. One is his fishbowl, at least that's what I'm going to call it. His fishbowl helmet here, we have not gotten that in this exact color of like glitterily pearly color. I don't know the exact color of this, but I think it looks really great here. I am a little disappointed that when you take off Mysterio's helmet, he does not have a head under there. He just has a generic gray headpiece. The other wicked cool thing about this Mysterio figure is that he's standing on top of like a cool looking smoke plume. I'm gonna call it some kind of little mystery dust upon which he hovers. The coolest thing about this piece is that it is a double molded piece. That means that it has like two different colors of injected plastic built into it to give it that cool looking look, for lack of better words. We see this kind of thing used in like the new Stormtrooper helmet, which has like the black molding on the inside and the white plastic on the outside. This same mold I think is used in like one haunted house set that came out recently as well. Either way, I love to see it. I think it looks super cool here, and it may be my favorite piece out of this entire set. Other than Mysterio in this set, in terms of villains, we get a little Doc Ock figure. I believe his torso and his head are both new to this set, and my favorite thing about this Doctor Octopus's octopus arms is that they can be positioned in a way that would make him hovering off the ground and kind of be standing just using those two arm pieces. That's my favorite thing about Doc Ock as a character, is when he walks around using some of those octopus arms. Overall, I think he looks really cool. He's really posable. I like the look of his Ock arms, for lack of better words. And I think his point in this set is that he is stealing money. Like I said, cash, gold, and diamonds in order to, I'm sure, fund some nefarious heistly needs. On the good guy side of this set, we've got Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen. Spider-Man is obviously the star of this set, but I think he'll spend most of his time driving the monster truck. Spider-Gwen is cool. I don't think I own a Spider-Gwen figure. I saw a lot of comments in my LEGO mech video that people were like, oh, I wish we had a Spider-Gwen mech. I think she is a fan favorite character, and I think her minifigure here looks pretty cool. I don't know that she's entirely unique to this set. I think we get a Spider-Gwen in like a different Mysterio set where he's like driving a robot. She's also got a skateboard in that set, so I guess that's kind of like her thing. The hood in this case, though, I think says it's unique to this set, though I think we've seen hoods like that. Maybe it's unique in this color. I'm not sure. Either way, I like this Spider-Gwen figure, and I think she's a great accessory to include in this total lineup of figures, giving us 4 figures in a $40 set, along with a pretty cool looking monster truck. Overall, I think that's a pretty good deal. This set also comes with a couple of really cool looking little drones. They've got some neon green coloring, which kind of matches Mysterio, because I think, at least in the movies, he was the character who controlled some of the drones. I think it's a great use of stud shooters with these little characters. They look heavily armed, they got little binocular pieces, little gun pieces. They look kind of menacing, but the drones are a point of confusion to me in the terms of this set, because like I said earlier, I have no idea what universe this set is supposed to be taking place in, and I don't think this set is supposed to be anywhere near the Marvel Cinematic Universe, obviously, because that would be a little weird. But then I went back and watched Spider-Man Far From Home, because, I don't know, I thought it was a good thing to put on in the background. That's where Mysterio first appears. And I was watching that one scene where they're fighting Molten Man, and then I paused and I looked in the background of this one scene, and what did I see? That's right, it was Spider-Man's monster truck ready to help out Mysterio and I guess Night Monkey at the time in fighting off Molten Man. So that was a fun little Easter egg. Tell your friends about that. But in terms of these drones, they look almost exactly like they did in that movie. And so I was like, surely this isn't the MCU. This is more like the LMCS-MU or the LEGO Marvel Cinematic Spider-Man universe, because I don't know where these drones fit in, and I don't think they have to fit in to any specific cinematic universe. And I think that's kind of the beauty of these sets, and I guess the Spider-Man theme in general, that it can just be about playing with a set. A little bit of ridiculousness, crushing some drones with a Spider-Man themed monster truck, shooting a net out of it at some bad guys that may or may not work very well, but in any case, it's fun, and I think it's a nice little set overall. So would I recommend this set to the average consumer? If you're an adult like me, maybe. Personally, I'm a little tired of all these like Creator 3-in-1 sets, these sets that are kind of obscure and meta in the LEGO sense and don't really adhere to any specific theme. This set I'm excited to have something that's more specifically themed like Spider-Man, and I'm really looking forward to some Star Wars sets that are coming out shortly. But as an adult, this set may not be for you if you happen to be between the ages of 3 and 5 years old and watching this video on a Saturday morning with your dad, then yes, you should absolutely run out to a Target right now and try to buy this cool Spider-Man set. Tell your dad, tell him that Josh Builds Stuff told you that you have to buy this LEGO set. As for me, I think I will continue to buy more Marvel-themed LEGO sets and more Spider-Man-themed LEGO sets because they're a lot of fun. The minifigures are great, the set itself is pretty great. I'm enjoying them. I'm also really looking forward to some sort of Spider-Man multiverse, and seeing characters like Spider-Gwen in LEGO sets like this gives me just a little more hope. But let me know what you think about this set down below in the comments. Do you like it? Do you don't like it? Do you think that we're gonna get a multiverse Spider-Man movie with Andrew Garfield and Toby Mac, whatever his name is? Would you like that? Would you not? Personally, I think it would be really great to get some Spider-Man multiverse stuff going. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below what you think about this set. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.